What is up? Hopefully, doesn't look like we have anybody in here yet. Oh, what up, Cindy? Can you hear me okay? Probably a little bit too loud, eh? How's everybody doing? What's up, Dior? Thanks for joining me for the weekly Wednesday live session. Gonna be hanging out. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Smokey? Thanks, Dior. Shout out to you. Thanks for your patience. I know I was having some troubles with the other stream for some reason. So I had to hop over to this one, but thanks for joining me, y'all. I should have filled up my water before I started this, but I didn't. What's going on? As usual, I don't have an agenda. I'm just here to hang out and maybe answer some questions, talk about bikes, talk about life. How to Keo spin. There is a whole tutorial on that. You should check it out. Been working on a couple other tutorials too, so be on the lookout for those. I can't up my bike. Like, you can't pick it up. Probably just try really sitting back in your seat, leaning back as much as you can, as much as you feel comfortable with. Keel spins are very similar to they're very similar to wheelies, where you have to be confident and you have to know that you're going to fall. You are going to fall at some point. So make sure that you're ready for that, and prepare yourself because it will happen. So make sure you can get out your straps or your cages or whatever you're rocking. George, I'm going to say that wrong. Shout out. I said that wrong though. Probably. Big spin tutorial. Yes, that is one of the tutorials that I've been working on. Fixed gear freestyle tutorials from Art Vandelay. Hey, I like the reference. Big Seinfeld fan. Love Art Vandelay. Importer, exporter. Fixed gear freestyle tutorials. Yeah, I'm down. I want to do just kind of like a general. I've got a bike check for my Rough Bike Co. Fixed gear freestyle that I want to put out. It's actually really old. I filmed it a long time ago and just never ended up putting it out. But I'm down. If there's a specific fixed gear freestyle tutorial you're looking for, let me know in the comment section and can take a look at trying to do that. Let's see what we have in the chat here, y'all. Thank you, Smokey. My hair is a mess today. Things are going good. I'm just hanging out, just getting off work. So want to try to do a better job at doing these live streams and making it happen and not flaking out. I want to do this Wednesday nights, every time doing a live stream. I have not ridden my bike this week though, which is pretty sad. I rode on Sunday. That was the last time I rode, but I have not ridden yet this week. Good morning. Pleasure to be a part of your morning in Singapore. That's awesome. Riding fakie and grinds. Yeah, definitely could do a tutorial on grinds. I've done a tutorial on fakies, and they're pretty much the same as doing this on a track bike, except for I think they're a little bit easier because you've got more room to like sort of position your body around on a fixed gear freestyle bike. And grinds are just so similar to BMX, which is why I've never made one. I mean, they are different. It is a different bike, but you should definitely. I mean, I'd love to make a tutorial, but in the meantime, you should just go and watch some some BMX tutorials, because a lot of that information is going to be totally relevant and helpful. Plus pedal timing, that's the main big difference. And most grinds are pretty much the same, except for like Smiths are kind of weird because you can't coast on the ledge. Should you single speed my mountain bike? Is your mountain bike, Nick, is your mountain bike not a single speed already? Unless you're dealing with issues with it, then I would just keep it with all the speeds you can have. For me, mountain biking, I'm glad to have those gears. Wes is he hasn't been riding it in a long time, but he used to ride the single speed mountain bike, and it was a hardtail too, and he was the fastest guy up and the fastest guy down, which is sick. But it's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit too gnarly. Riding super steep stuff with a single speed is hard. You got to be dedicated. Shout out Raffy. What else? Shout out my crew, DeWeb Geek. Shout out DeWeb Geek. What else? What's up, DR from the Philippines? Shimano 10-speed. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I've never converted a mountain bike that wasn't. I've never done any sort of conversion with gears on a mountain bike, so I don't really know what that entails. I don't know how how old is your mountain bike? They make really awesome, pretty cheap group sets nowadays. So you can definitely get something that is more reliable, has much better range. Tips on fish and chips. Tips. Man, fish and chips are hard for me. I suck at fish and chips, to be honest. Keeping your momentum is my tip for fish and chips without having any context of what you're struggling with. Because for me, I'd always get to the 180 degrees and then I would just stop. And that was, I needed more momentum. I needed to lean back more. I needed to push back more with my feet. So yeah, momentum, speed. Okay, what else we got on the chat? How's everybody doing today? 26 people in here. Thanks, 26 of you, for hanging out with me on this lovely Wednesday. When I fakie, it feels like I'm getting thrown forward no matter how slow I seem to go. Getting thrown forward. That's weird. I can't really, I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. I don't think I've ever experienced that problem. Getting thrown forward. Man, that's hard. I got to think about that. I don't know that I've ever thought about that. I mean, if you're on, Nick, were you the one who was asking about fixed gear freestyle tutorials? No, that was Art, Mr. Art Vandelay. But, Nick, I would say just try to sit back in your seat, especially if you're on a track bike. If you're on a fixed gear freestyle, just keeping the weight back as much as you can. Trust yourself, I guess. That's a hard one. I've never experienced that. What else? What else is going on in the chat? Also, if you want me to take a look at your bike or your build or whatever, throw it in the chat and I can roast it. Or not roast it, give you compliments. But I'm down to do a little review. I can do a little screen share here. But yeah. Let's see. What else we got? Which bike frame do you recommend for a fixie bike? It depends on what kind of what kind of riding you want to do, what sort of stuff you care about. I got to clean off my glasses. What sort of stuff you care about. Is it lightness? Is it affordability? Is it durability? Are you doing tricks? Without, knowing all of those things, it's hard to make a recommendation. And there's a lot of great stuff out there. Good starter bike, Surly Steamroller is what I always say. Also the Kilo TT, iBike. What is it called? What's the website? I got to look at that. The website is like iBuy Direct or something like that. Bikes Direct. I think it's just Bikes Direct. State Bikes are good. Entry-level bike. Yeah, Bikes Direct is still around. Wow, I have not been on this website in forever. Hold on, I want to show you. Maybe we'll come back to the Bikes Direct in a second. Brand new, pretty much, Nick, with your 10-speed. It's brand new. That should not be causing you so many problems. What mountain bike are you running it on? Shimano 10-speed. I don't think it is. Does Shimano make a new 10-speed? I thought it was only like TRP and Box that were making like 10, like anything less than 12 speed. I could be totally wrong about that. What else is going on, y'all? Let's see. Any plans for a Fixed Gear Freestyle Jam soon? You'd have to ask Mr. Jonathan Ball, aka J Ball, aka Suck My Cog, about a jam. Unless you live here, then yeah, we can have a jam. But LA is a much more central place to have a bike jam, and so I'm not gonna. He's always done the Suck My Comp and stuff like that, and that's a little more central. But I would love to go. I'm sure he's scheming on something. I think the last one we did was August of 2019, so maybe he'll do something in August this year. Maybe shit keeps getting better. I got my second dose today. Got it like 4 or 5 hours ago. So still feeling great. No, not feeling sick at all. I got a Pfizer. Probably tomorrow or tonight I'm going to start feeling like shit. But so far, so good. I have not turned into an alien yet. But I'm excited. Just clearing the way. Going to be able to do some more stuff. I'm really excited about that. Maybe do some traveling coming up here in the summer. That would be really sick. I can't totally turn my bike. Try converting an 80s Bmx for Fixed Gear Freestyle for fun on the channel. I like that idea a lot. I would also like to, that would actually be really fun, an 80s BMX bike. Well, in the 80s, I don't even know what the standard wheel size was back then. I think they were on 20s, but they always have like the old school BMX, like the Wheelie Boys. Did they ever have BMX bikes that were 26 inch? I don't even know, but it is very similar. I also would like to do like a review of one of those single speed bikes, because there's a lot of, old school BMX bikes now, old school, but like Colt and all these brands are making 26 inch BMX bikes. And I think they would be at least a decent Fixed Gear Freestyle, maybe not good. A lot of them look like they have really like lax geometry and just like not really super responsive, but I think some of them would make a decent Fixed Gear Freestyle bike. I'd love to test one at some point. Any thoughts on the brand's Data or Fuji for Fixed Gear? I haven't thought about Data in a long ass time. I didn't even know that they were really still around, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy, but I remember their old drop bars. I don't remember what they were called, but they were so sick. Wow, I haven't thought about, it's crazy. Like, holy shit. Wait, I'm going to just share my screen real quick. Wait, oh. Let's see here. Just going to share my screen. I feel like an old person. I don't know how to share my screen. I won't be able to see the chat for a minute while I do this little screen share, but I figured it'd be kind of fun. Let's see. Are you gonna be able to see me? Nope. Oh, off. What is going on here? Oh man, I don't have my face. All right. We'll just do, hold on one second. I'm going to try to get some stuff rearranged here. I got my little black magic. So 2 is on that. Okay, I think it's 2. Oh no, it's camera 1. All right, so I got to change this guy. All right, and you should be able to see me again. Sorry about that. Hopefully I'm not, oh yeah, I got really crazy loud. I'm still sort of figuring out this new little live stream setup. I'm doing this from a real camera to a Blackmagic A10 Mini. But let's see if this works now. Should be able to do picture, yeah, all right. Now I can at least see me for a second. Yeah, I was looking at Bikes Direct to see what kind of stuff they had. Road, I guess. I can't believe that this website is still around. Also, it was before, which is crazy. Oh, Fixie and Track, baby. Some good starter bikes. Link, wow. This is a crazy website to have in this day and age. Magic Writing. Wow, Magic Writing. But anyways, to go back to the data, the reason I wanted to even get on this is because they had the craziest, silliest looking bars. I wanted to pull them up. Oh, and my face is covering them. Look at those. Those are so ugly. They're so ugly. Can't even believe that. Anyways, let's go back to the chat. Let's see what else y'all had to say. Let's see what else. Back to questions. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where I left off here. Try converting. True meaning of FODE. FODE does not have a particular meaning. It's just a fun little different term, word, thing. It's a crew. And I am Jackson, but this channel is FOAD. And Jackson is my real name. Any updates on the giveaway? Nope, no updates. Just still collecting. Still open for entry. Those will be announced on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. The 25th. I forget which day that falls on. And I could do math to figure it out right now, but I don't want to. Thick Slick or Vittoria, Rafi says. I'm not going to do a recommendation right now because I'm going to do some real scientific testing. I bought a bunch of tires, and I was asking this question last time I was in the live chat, so I bought a Vittoria, I bought a Thick Slick, or excuse me, a Vittoria Randonneur to be specific, a Thick Slick, and a Gator Skin to do just like some side-by-side testing to see which one lasts the longest, because those seem to be the most popular fixed gear tires. I don't know why I struggle with that word. Those seem to be the most popular fixed gear tires, and so I wanted to do a little test, see which ones actually lasted the longest. If you guys have any other suggestions for tires that you'd like me to test, let me know in the comments. I know that someone was mentioning one and I forgot to write it down. So let me know in the comments if you have a tire that you really like and you think lasts a long time, or you think it's really great for fixed gear riding. Personally, I'm also going to just test a really cheap tire, because that's what I always ride, is a really cheap tire. I think that Gator Skins are a total ripoff. They're so expensive, and I really don't think they might be better for punctures, but I don't think that they last any longer on a fixed gear skidding through them. I think that they're terrible. I'll also make a note that I don't like. It's been a long time since I ran a thick slick, but I don't like the feeling of skidding on a thick slick. I can't remember if they're too. I think that they don't give you like. They're nice because they're really easy to skid on. Like the rubber just glides really well. But I remember feeling like, holy shit, this is not going to stop me at all. So those are my thoughts. Let's see what else. I'm not catching up in the chat here. 2021 Trek Marlin 7. It's not causing me issues. 2021 Trek Marlin 7. All right, Nick, we're going to look up, hopefully you're still in the chat here. Let's look up your bike. I want to look up your bike. All right, the Trek Marlin 2021. Marlin or Marin? Trek Marlin. First, I remember my mom and my dad both had Trek, or excuse me, I think they were Marins, and I don't think they're around anymore. But they had I'm gonna Google it. Marin mountain bike. 90s? Yeah. They had one this isn't the paint job, but it's definitely same era as this. But your Trek Marlin, so it's got let's see. I wanted to find what group set's on it. I personally wouldn't convert it to a single speed if I were you. It is a hardtail, which I think probably would make it easier to convert to a single speed if you really wanted to. And I know this is a fixed gear channel, so I should be promoting fixed gears and single speeds. But personally, on a mountain bike, I have to ride up way too steep of stuff too. So Shimano DR, 10 speed. That is weird that you're having. That's a bummer you're having issues with it. I would just say take it to a bike shop. I bet you it's not toast. I bet you it's just maybe needs a little bit of an adjustment. It's a cool looking bike though. Pretty sweet. I like I don't know if yours looks like this, but I like the color. Looks like a pretty legit bike. All right, back to the chat though. Just get my window. What else? What are some good spline drive crank and sprocket? That's a great question. A good spline drive sprocket is any one that you can find, because they're hard to find right now, or just in general. But I think Profile and Madera, they still make spline drives. I think you can find typically, some of them you can find in both 19 mil or 22 mil, and those are just two different sizes of the actual spindle. I think 19 mil is a little bit easier to find spline drives in. It's also more outdated, so companies are not making 19 millimeter cranks anymore. But you can find some more spline drive options. Personally, I have the Madera Signet Sprocket, and it's got quite a bit of play. I don't really, I know people have had way worse play with it than I do. It has a bash guard, which I really like, but Profile sprockets are good. The best one ever is a tree sprocket, either the OG or the light. Those are great sprockets. And then in terms of cranks, I haven't tested a lot of BMX cranks, but I really like the Demolition Revolt cranks. If you're going night mill, 19 mil, those are really great. And like I said, more sprocket options. And then the other, so for 22, I have the Sabrosa. I think they're just called the Sabrosa bitchin' cranks, and they've been really good. I haven't bent them or anything. I like Profile sprockets. I don't like their cranks. Their cranks have a lot of problems. They get bent a lot. So what do I prefer, fixed gear or speed bike? Do you mean like road bike? I definitely prefer a fixed gear over a road bike. It's more fun. True name, Jackson. I already covered that one. Give me some tips for slick, the trick that you do after fakie. Oh, yeah. There's some stuff in the fakie tutorial about that. I've had a couple people sort of request info on get outs and sliders and stuff. So I may do another tutorial. I don't have anything planned yet, but just basically you're going to be leaning one direction and then you're going to turn out the other direction. So it's like you kind of start to make a hard carve and then you push forward and go the opposite direction. I don't know. I don't know if that was helpful. What is better, Schwalbe or Kenda? I have no preference there. I don't know. Haven't ridden enough of their tires to know. Gator Hardshell. Oh, I caught all up. Wait, did I catch up? Oh, almost. Schwalbe Durano. Okay. Good. Gator Hardshell? That is an actual. Let's pull the screen up again. Let's pull it up. Let's do some more Googling. Schwalbe Durano. Damn, this is an expensive tire. Why are you trying to buy this tire for a fixed gear? I guess it's not too bad. Also, it's so hard to find tires right now. It's crazy. So I guess I was lucky to be able to get those ones before the tire shortage went into place. I mean, it does have this thing, which is nice. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it tells us how thick it is. Personally, no, I don't want 10% off my order. Double layer of nylon fabric. That's it? That's all you're going to tell me? Not how thick it is or anything? Bummer. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can add that to the list. Let's look at the Gator Hardshell. I don't know what the Gator Skin Hardshell is. Is it just like a thicker one? Or what? Go Hardshell or go home. More is what you get. Puncture and protection, blah, blah, blah. Man, people, these websites, I want to know why it's better like that. And I mean, they're usually, I know that they tell you how long or how thick the gator skin is on the packaging, but I can't seem to find it there. And I don't want to keep looking at the screen for too long. All right, Colt Van waffle tires for cruiser or fixed gear freestyle. Yeah, I like those tires a lot. They're impossible to find right now. If you can find them, that's amazing. They're all those tires are expensive too, and I think they're getting upcharged because they are just so popular. But I like them. They make a 2.1, I think it's 2.1 size and a 2.35 size. I really like the 2.1, and it's actually bigger than 2.1. To me, it seems like a 2.3. It's plenty big. I've heard people complain about how heavy they are, but I think you can get fully enough, width with the 2.1, and it's not quite as heavy. I like that tire a lot. I still have one on the front of my bike. I'm trying to find a new tire for my fixed gear freestyle bike, but I just haven't been able to find some. There is a cool new tire from Primo. I think it's called the Wall tire, and they look really sweet, but they're so heavy. So heavy. What is the bed? Do you think up a theme for edits, then go film? Or do you film, then edit to fit the theme? Both. For sure, both. A lot of it, like, I have in mind ahead of time. And then some stuff, you get to editing and ideas come. Like in particular for that tree video that we put out a little while ago. I knew, I thought about just having some tree clips in other videos, and just because we're working on some other parts. And I thought about just putting them in there, but then I was like, nah, we got to make a full-blown tree destruction edit. That'll be way sicker. So definitely try to have an idea. And I think that things come out better when you have an idea, for sure, than just trying to shoot the shit. But a lot of it also has to do with, like, at least for tricks, is like, what do people actually want to do? Like, if it's a more like traditional riding edit, maybe I have a little bit more of an idea that I bring to the table. But like, if Chase is filming tricks, Chase is going to decide what he wants to do, Shout out Carlos. Any new Fode merch coming soon? Hell yeah, there's some new Fode merch coming soon. I'm going to try to drop it at the same time that I announce the winners for the giveaway. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think I'm going to miss my deadline. It's probably going to be a week after that, because I need to get some samples, and they're not here yet, because I want to make sure the shit looks good. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you haven't signed up for the giveaway, go sign up for the giveaway. There's still some time left. Just go to foadgang.com, and you can sign up just for the email list, and you'll get a notification about when all that new stuff comes up. I'm going to be doing I've spieled on and on about this many a time, but I'm going to do it again. So doing the merch a little bit differently now. There's only going to be one like little theme for the web store at a time, and there's going to be like one, maybe 3 products at a time. And they're going to be in the store for like a month-ish or whatever, and then it'll get replaced by the next product. So kind of doing things differently. I thought about maybe setting up, and this is actually a great time to ask all of you. I thought about maybe setting it up. So I want to have like new product cadence every month, which I thought about maybe doing it as a Patreon. Like, you just pay the Patreon, and then you are guaranteed to get that product every time it gets released. I've always felt kind of weird about Patreon, like, asking for money for things. I don't know. I've just felt weird about it, and I've never been sure of like how to deliver that extra value that's worth people paying for it. But if it was a shirt, that makes sense. But is that something, I guess my question is that something you think you would be interested in? And like, what would that be worth to you, I guess, to have basically like a new clothing item from Foad every month? I don't know. I played around with the idea. Ultimately, I didn't really pursue it, but curious to hear what y'all's thoughts are. And do any of you sign up for other people's Patreons? Curious about that too. I've never signed up for it. So, mine's a red and orange fade. That sounds cool. How did you make your Squid bar spin? Couple different ways you could make a bar spin. So with a 38C tire, you can kind of get it around. You could probably get it around with an even skinnier tire, like a 23C tire. With that being said, with a large size bike, so I have a 56, I think, and so that helps just the frame geometry, the way it's laid out, the tubes are laid out. If you have a smaller size, it's a little bit harder to get it to bar spin. The way I got it to bar spin, I don't know that I could really recommend it because the parts are just so hard to find. I wish I had the bike in here, but I'd have to go grab it out. But it's got, basically I got a Chris King headset, and they don't make it anymore, but they used to make a really, it's a 5 mil tall crown race. And it's 5 mils. And the normal one's maybe 1.5, 2 mils. So it's taller, and it goes on the bottom of your fork. So it effectively makes your axle to crown longer on the fork. It looks kind of silly, to be honest. It looks kind of silly. And that basically just makes the axle crown longer. It'll bar spin. But that part, I don't remember where I even bought it from. I think I bought it from eBay or something, and it took me forever to find. Chris King had it on the website, like you could buy it, but then I tried to buy it, and I think they gave me a refund or something and said they don't make it anymore. And I think I even called them. They don't make it anymore. So it was just like an impossible search. So I don't know if I recommend that, but you could make it bar spin and pretty much any bike bar spin by adding like a taller fork on it. The Master Bike Co. trick fork, I forget what it's called, can definitely make your bike bar spin, most likely. So that would be another way. Still hoping for your fixed gear wheel set giveaway. Hell yeah, Carlo. The Patreon thing with merch wouldn't work logistically, in my opinion. Yeah, it would be difficult. Yeah, so it is kind of like a Supreme thing. That's sort of the idea. I mean, it is, yeah, sort of like the Supreme thing. And I wanted to just do, except for the difference is, and Supreme, I personally don't own anything Supreme, but I think they've done an amazing job branding themselves and just doing everything they do. People love them. But it won't just be FOAD logos slapped on shit. It's going to be actually like different designs and things like that. So I'm excited to try it out. And yeah. Not saying that sounded cocky or something. I'm just saying it's not going to be FOAD stuff with or stuff with FOAD logos just slapped on it. I want to do different stuff, but that was not to like downplay Supreme at all. Because I might not personally love it, but they're great at what they do. So that was a long ramble. Some tank tops for the summer. I'm not going to tell you how tall I am. That was a trick. Trying to get that giveaway info. I'm not going to tell you how tall I am. And the frame didn't even fit me. So even if you could guess how tall I am, you still wouldn't know what size frame it is. I up my front, but I can't up my rear wheel. For a Kia, or wait. So Dior, I'm trying to remember what you were referring to because it was a while back in the chat, but you're trying to pick up your front, but you can't for your rear wheel. I'm not sure what you mean. And I think we were talking about Kiospins. You don't need to pick up your rear wheel at all for Kiospin. I'm doing good, Edgar. How are you? Thoughts on SKU Urban Track? All right, let's go back to the screen share. Also, if y'all want to like have me look at your bikes or rate your builds or whatever, you can send them in the chat. I'll pull it up on the screen here. We'll all take a look. If you want. Did that one of these times, and it was pretty fun just to see. SKU Urban Track. All right, let me get this pulled up here. Whoa. Is this really? This is such a... we're just seeing terrible websites. This is a bad website too. What is this? This branding is bad. It looks like Amazon. I've never figured out how to say 6KU. Is that how you're supposed to say it? Is 6KU? Or do you say 6Q? I don't know. What do I think of it? I mean, $300. It's on sale right now. Got some decent parts. Got both brakes. Got one water bottle mount. Sorry, can't see this shit. Lightweight full aluminum frame and fork. 30 millimeter deep V double walled alloy wheels. Not lightweight. Ride fixed gear freewheel with a flip-flop hub. Easy maintenance and upkeep. 30-day hassle-free return policy. Yeah, looks decent, you know. If you're looking to get into fixed gear and just wanted something to try it out, and I think it would be an awesome option. Definitely nothing wrong with it. I like the all black personally. You know, depends on what you would want to do on it. I don't know if I would trust it to do tricks for at least too long. They just have a picture of wrenches. Maybe they send you wrenches. I just think that's funny. But yeah, looks decent. Fake Oris, or maybe those are real Oris. I don't know. I read a horror story about on Reddit. I think it was got posted on Reddit, the fixed gear subreddit. But I guess State Bike, someone was trying to return a State Bike and they weren't accepting it, and it had gotten damaged in shipping. It sounded really bad. Anyways, do you know this fixed gear Soul Espresso with Bmx 2021? Shout out from Brazil. Yeah, Eduardo, let's take a look at the Soul Espresso. Let's look. All right. Well, I don't. Oh. No, not key. I keep pressing the wrong button. All right, let's take a look at this one. Wow, I don't know what currency this is. It's probably, is it Brazil? That's where Eduardo was from. Well, and shit, I need my auto translate on. Oh, and I'm not in Chrome, so I don't have it. I mean, my response is probably going to be pretty similar to what I said about the other bike. This actually looks like it has some decent parts. Like, so I tell you, see it saddle. Looked like it had some cool, some Vittoria tires. Those are good. I'm glad it doesn't have the deepest rims ever. Another thing I forgot to mention about this bike versus the other one, if you are interested in riding a bike with a brake, then you should have brake walls or machined rims so that you can actually brake. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a totally solid build. Nice welds there. That's pretty. I think it looks sick. Go for it. Do it. I don't know anything about this brand, but looks cool to me. Back to the chat. I need 2 monitors so I can just keep the chat up all the time. All right, what else? I'm trying to catch up slowly. Do you have any experience with look pedals? I do not have any experience with look pedals. Do you prefer high tensile steel frames? You know, I don't know enough about the different kinds of steel. I've never paid attention to it. Reynolds this, Reynolds that. I know that 4130 is what most bike parts or frames are built out of. I feel like high tensile is not what you want, but I could be totally wrong on that. I have no idea, to be honest. Oh, sorry, that's a 180 spin, not bunny hop. You're good, Dior. What up, Weston? How are you, dude? Weston, you should probably answer that. What is high tensile steel? What is my gear ratio? I like doing this one. 43, 19, 43, 19, 46, 16, 48, 16, and 28, 10. Those are my gear ratios. All sorts of different stuff. Well, Nick, I'm not going to tell you. Not until the giveaway's after. Join me on the live chat before or after the giveaway, and I'll tell you how tall I am. Thoughts on Leader TRK? Those are cool. Let's pull those up. Espresso. I thought it looked cool. I mean, there's a lot of shitty gears out there, so that one seemed pretty decent. Let's see here. Leader TRKs. These were a cool bike. I will tell you, these were a cool bike. I mean, I'm sure if you found one, it's probably beat to hell by now. But I just remember, I saw this shit, the gusset between the top tube and the down tube, and I was like, holy shit, that's next level. That's the future. Like, there's no way that's gonna break. And I think they just ended up, oh, well, that was an illusion. It looked like it was broken right here. I think they just ended up breaking right here, like below the gusset. And it's so funny because fixed gear, instead of looking at like what BMX did, what technologies were they using, the fixed gear industry, if there was, I mean, there's not really an industry anymore, but like the fixed gear world didn't look at BMX and what they were doing. They just reinvented the wheel. Like, I mean, I don't think there's a single frame with a gusset, a BMX frame with a gusset like this. Crazy though, very unique, that's for sure. So wild. And oh yeah, they had the cool dropout chain tensioners. I think you like spun this little wheel and it moved this further back, which is crazy. I remember I think there was like I don't even want to give this brand too much play because I don't know what that was. They had the loop tail, or I forget what it was called, but we'll just turn that off because I don't want to give that brand any play. They had like closed dropouts on a fixed gear. Like it was horizontal, but it was closed. And you had to use a female axle, which is fine. But there were also no rear fixed gear freestyle female axles. Anyways, I digress. Let's get back up in the chat here. I'm probably not gonna, how long has it been? Oh, it's been 49 minutes. So I'm probably gonna hop off here. I usually always do like almost exactly an hour. Yeah. Oh, so to answer what Wes answered your question. And I'm sorry, I got to figure out a better way to do this, Wes, so I can invite you back on and have you on screen. I think I just got to do it through the computer on FaceTime, and we just got to not do Instagram live streams. So still got to figure it out, but let's do it next week, next Wednesday. Let's have you back on the show. What else? Thoughts on Throne SE bikes? SE bikes are cool. Especially like the Wheelie Boy bikes. Those are cool. They make a lot of cool different variations. Throne, I don't know enough about Throne, so can't really comment there. I've never actually owned an SE either. I mean, they used to be in the fixed gear game a little bit harder, but Wes definitely knows his stuff. Wes is the all-time. The only reason I know half the shit I know, it all comes from Wes. He knows the real deal. And he knows way more than I know about bikes and mechanics and all that kind of shit. Do I have any tips on motivation or attitude? That's a good question. It's a hard question to answer. Stop before you get frustrated. And I'm the worst person to talk to about that because I get really, really frustrated, especially when I'm trying something that I know I can do and I should be able to do, and we're filming it, and everybody's waiting for me to land the trick. I'm not good at that. But I think it is probably one of the most frustrating like life experiences. Like nothing gets under my skin more than not being able to land a trick. Nothing like it teaches you to have some good patience. Wes also knows about that. Wes has good patience, better patience than I do. But yeah, not getting mad and knowing that if you don't do it today, it's going to be okay. You can try it again. And when you start to get mad or you start to get negative about something that you're, one, going to not be as good at it, you're going to get worse. And two, there's also, you're opening yourself up for potential to get hurt. So let's start wrapping this little stream up. Is a pogo basically stopping on a bunny hop halfway and then holding it? No, I think of a pogo as a stationary wheelie with hops. That's how I kind of think about a pogo. And I didn't think people wanted to learn pogos, but apparently people want to learn pogos. So want to do a pogo tutorial, I guess. But yeah, your friends are good motivation too. Yeah. And a good, being surrounded by people who can cheer you on, like Matt Spencer, he's a great coach. He can tell me, how to think about things or try something differently, like the technical side of it. Or like Wes, for example, he's just good at, being like, all right, you got it, dude. Like giving the positive support. That's always so important. And that's, riding bikes with friends is what makes it fun. So, thoughts on Canyon Stoic? Let's, we'll pull that up in a second. I'm going to finish a couple more questions, but let's pull up the Canyon Stoic. Malda frames and wow. Well, bike bag recommendations. Y'all are coming heavy in the chat. I'm about to be like, all right, we're signing off, and y'all come in heavy with the chat. No, I appreciate all the questions, and this live stream, I would have nothing to talk about if you all were in here hanging out with me. So let's see. Yeah, Todd Lyons. I want to get the SE fat bike with disc brakes wheelie boy bike. That bike looks fun to me. And that was the one that Todd did like the edit on with the wall rides and stuff. It was cool. All right, let's see if I can find some of this stuff. Let's do a quick Google bike bags. Are you looking for a bag for your bike, or are you looking for bags to put on your bike? I'm guessing it's the second one. But I have a good recommendation for both. Well, I have a good recommendation for a bag to put your bike in, which is I have the Decline bag. I got it because it was relatively inexpensive. Also, a cardboard box from your local bike shop is great for traveling and putting your bike on planes, but a good bike bag. I haven't had one. You know, this is a hard question, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. You know, it seems like a lot of people are running like handlebar bags or like seat bags, I guess. I don't know. I actually don't have a good recommendation for an on-bike bag. I have a bag on my mountain bike that I really love, but it was built specifically for that frame. And so that's not, I mean, it's not really a recommendation. Blackburn bags are great if you can find those. Okay, I'm trying to look up the Madera frame. Here, let me just share my screen because no ratings yet. So is it like a custom? It looks like maybe custom bikes because none of these are the same. I think that could be real. Oh, yeah, duh. Custom bike frame builder. That sounds cool as shit. You know, I think a custom frame could be really awesome. You could also really screw it up if you didn't have your measurements right. So just make sure you double and triple check. And I would base the you know, if you have to come to them with your geometry, just make sure I would just base it off, you know, at least as a starting point, base it off another bike and that geometry so you don't end up with something real weird. Because I remember there were days when there was a frame builder in South America and people were getting custom fixed gear freestyle bikes from him, and people would send him the geometry that they wanted. And I remember there were some funky looking frames that were coming back from him. And I don't think it was the builder's fault. He was just building off the specs that people sent him. But yeah, just make sure you double and triple check. I mean, those look cool. Let's see. There was something else I needed to look at from the chat. Oh, Canyon Stoic. Let's peep it. Let's peep the Canyon Stoic. I like, you know, I've never ridden a Canyon before, but as a brand, I think they look really cool. Oh, you said Stoic 2, but we're going to look up the Stoic 3. It's a weird... All these bike companies are having these weird product pages. Why is that the first picture of the bike? I mean, I know I'm covering it in the live chat, but that should be the first picture of the bike. That looks sick. The full white. 140 travel. I would want more travel on a hardtail, probably. I'd want like an enduro, you know. Wes had a great sort of 27.5 single speed MTB build. Also, if you're looking at this, the Norco hardtail is really cool. Parker has this bike, and it is really sick. Definitely more of that like enduro geometry. I don't know what the... Let's see what the... Work. Oh. What? That's got to be a mistake. That is not 120 mil fork. That seems like total bullshit. I'm pretty sure that Parker had a 160 on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, I digress. Let's go back to the chat here. And I'm probably just going to hop off here. Maniac Flyer, is that the SE that I was talking about? The fat tire disc brake version? That one is pretty cool. Yes, I believe that is. Yeah, that is the Maniac Fire. That one looks sick. Oh, and it's 27.5. I didn't realize. That is a cool looking one. That one looks fun to me. Backpack. Why not? The Odyssey BMX ones are cool. I do like the Odyssey Bmx Bike Bags. Let's pull this up. Nobody wanted me to. Oh, that's the actual bag for your bike. I was thinking, I don't know if it's Odyssey, but let's see here. There was no. Why would you know? Safety gear, accessories, bike bags, and backpacks. I can't remember. Oh, I think it's a Sabrosa bag. Yeah, like one of those are cool. That obviously wouldn't work for a fixed gear, but that bag is pretty cool. Personally, if I was gonna get a bag for my bike, well, for my gravel bike, I want to put one on the top tube because I have the little mounts for it. So I want to get one of those, but the frame bags are really sweet. I'm not qualified to answer this question. I'm just not. What else we got? All right, I'm going back to the chat. Let's see. Trail Tall. I don't know much about the model in particular, but hardtail trail bikes are fun. They get you up super quick. True. Yeah, and now that Weston is in the chat, Nick, you could definitely ask him about should you convert your, what was it? The Trek Marlin 2 to a single speed. Nick was wondering about that. I advise not, but you may have a different opinion, Wes, because you actually rode a single speed mountain bike. I can show you the Dakine bag, Kill Me. Let's pull it up. Dakine bike bag. So it's this one right here. Pretty cool. $420. It's not cheap. That's not cheap at all. But carries all your stuff. It's pretty sweet. You know, I've traveled with bikes. I've actually done the least airplane travel now that I have a bike bag. But I always used to just go to bike shops or look out back of a bike shop and look in their trash and find the old bike boxes and pack up my bike. Done that a lot of times. Totally works well. Especially, you know, fixed gears are there's just not a lot of shit to take apart, and all the components are pretty hardy in and of themselves, and so you can pack it up pretty nicely. Best way for fans to support the Fodies. Go buy some stickers or some gear. Going to be updating the store here next week, I think, with some new stuff. Giveaway is going to be announced on Saturday or Sunday, the 25th, whichever day that is. I can't remember. You can still enter that if you want to. Doing merch a different way. I already said this earlier in the live chat, so I don't want to be too redundant, but going to be having some different products in the web store. It's going to be kind of limited, like one new thing in the web store every month, new drops, all that kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But that's probably the best way to support. Comment, like, and subscribe. That's always a great way to support as well. What else? Wes does have an Instagram. Did he put it in the chat? Yeah, Weston of Mass Destruction. Go follow him. He's killing it on the blades. Absolutely killing it. Very, very talented. We've been filming some rollerblade clips too, which has been really sick. It's just crazy to see like how gnarly the things you could do on rollerblades are. Like, it's just next level. It's not, you know, I've never seen, I mean, BMX does crazy shit. They do up rails and stuff, but like, and I've gotten used to seeing that, but like seeing rollerblades like grind like seeing Wes grind like for 100 feet down a rail is crazy to me. Is it possible? All right, I'm gonna answer these last couple questions and then I'm jumping off. Thank you guys for joining me on this fine Wednesday. I'm gonna start making some dinner here. Is it possible to bunny hop bar spin on a track bike? Yes, it is. If your bike bar spins, totally depends on if it bar spins. But I think it's pretty hard on your wheels to do bunny hop bars unless you catch them really good, like Mr. Chase Davis. You got to catch them good. Otherwise, they're bouncing on the ground. They're getting really loose and real shitty. You work at a bike shop, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, bike boxes. They're free too. They're free. You can find them for free at least. Anything you should watch out for when you're packing up your shit? The way I've always done it is just like make sure I tape a piece of styrofoam around the dropouts. I usually just tape the chain to the frame so it's not like rattling all around. This is not a science that I learned from anybody. It's just what I thought would be best to do. Wrap the head tube so that doesn't get dented. Just wrap anything and everything. And then good separation between separate parts too. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. I do not know yet. Punching your balls on a bunny hop is cool. Yeah, that can definitely happen if you're doing it on a track bike and your seat is high. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you joining me. I'll see you next Wednesday. Maybe do another live stream for the giveaway on Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for joining me. Be on the lookout for the new stuff. Got a new video coming out with Chase and I sort of looking over the clips, the windstorm tree video, Riders on the Storm. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while. It's always fun. Yeah, that's it. Bye.